Been a minute since we played Wild Arms. Let's go talk to the chief in Baskar Village. Feel the seal's been broken. The demons are one step ahead of us. Don't be alarmed. There are 2 other seals which have not been broken. It's Saint Centaur and Port Timney. Save just one of those, we can prevent the queen from reviving. Only your brave party can accomplish this mission. Must use the elf pyramids. They're like elves that are also aliens, sort of. All life can become energy and be transported to faraway places through the use of elf technology. Use it to light the furnace and pyramid. Whose ability is that? Or maybe it's just something he can do with the lighter. Yeah, it's ELW, but how do you pronounce ELW? Is W pronounced like a V? Is there a extra vowel before the W? Let's see if there's a magic shop here. Elu? It is a magic store. It'll probably have an indicator outside of it. Let me make sure everyone's at max resources. They are not. So let's find an inn to stay in if we can. Regular item shop. Might not have a magic shop here. Arms dealer. Reminds me of the arms dealer guy in Earthbound. Change the outside faith. If you are tired, you may stay here to rest. That's what I was looking for. Alright, let me get some of that ecstasy of gold up in here. The pyramids to the northeast. My watching of prior VODs is accurate. Put the Kism fire to the furnace hidden in the water flow. Cool secret. I do really like the puzzles in this game. I don't know if this. I've never played any of the sequels, but I don't know if like the whistle is the main instrument in the series for the whole game series. Kind of like how Uematsu's big instrument is the B3 Hammond organ and synthesizer. Neat. That's cool. Shot into space, then bounce off a satellite. This is a neat setting. For Elu. Land contains the holy statue. Seals the evil heart. Still dark. Heart guard. Let's pray up. Moonstone gives immunity to poison. Okay. Arrow, but with small katakana. Son of a vacuum cleaner. Over the last few days, I've just been wandering. You and me both, pal. I think, like, the overworld graphics in this game are really great. I don't know why they decided to go with fully 3D combat. They're just showing up, like, shit, it is PS1. Good job past me naming the spells after Final Fantasy spells so I know what they do. It's kind of cool that they let you customize so much crap in this. Being able to customize like icons and all the different colors in your UI menu. It's pretty fun. ZH is different than Z or J, right? Zhe. It's pretty common in Mandarin Chinese. Cage Tower to the east. Lu Ruins southeast. It's locked. Looks like a hookshot point. I don't have one yet. For something similar, at least. Such a cool animation. Well, it's basically just a teleporter. It implies a lot about the game world. Is there a commonly accepted, like, favorite Wild Arms game? Oh shit. Damn it, I meant to press X to sprint, not to trigger the cutscene again. Well, I guess I should do the continent I got to first. I don't want to get too far ahead of things right now. I'll leave that in my reminders to my future self. Don't press X too many times. Alter Code F is the best Wild Arms game. Is it a remake of this game? Is it like a significantly different remake? In the sense that like the Resident Evil 1 remake is pretty different from the original game? Same engine as Wild Arms 3. I wonder if there's a call to play both versions at some point. I need to figure out what I'm doing with Final Fantasy VIII, because the remaster seems like it's really, really nice and clean, given that the graphics in the original were not great. But we're already 8 hours into it, so I have to see if someone can find a save editor for it or something. Okay. That's pretty significant. Does it have any new content? Is it exactly the same story? Like beat for beat? Saint Centaur. Ben keeps knocking this thing around and I don't see it until it's been up there for a while. Interesting. Thought you guys were monsters. The town of Saint Centaur is protected by a dimensional protection seal. The entire town wall is a charged barrier. Sure you guys aren't monsters. Handpan probably did. Shield's very sophisticated. It'll stop spirits as well as monsters. Is that a pet of yours? We're partners. That's cool. I'm about as worried as I am excited about the Final Fantasy VII Remake. There's a lot of like ways that Tetsuya Nomura and the other developers imagined Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII was still in an era where you kind of just had to picture what was really going on despite the bad graphics and the limited technology, right? So there's some sequences where like I've seen screenshots from the FF7 remake and like, that's how you thought that was? And there's a scene on the train where the train is like super populated with a bunch of people that look like they're wearing like very modern clothes. And then Cloud standing in the middle with his giant buster sword, and it's like, kind of thought the slums trains were like completely empty because everybody was like depressed and didn't have jobs. 14 Sephiroth tie-in boss 2027 will be cool at least. Justify me mashing X on every barrel. Thanks, game. Just don't do that. Talk to people who have no memory of what happened during that time. I don't take the abduction seriously. Ice-covered Arctica is also covered with monsters. Constant snow and powerful monsters keep it a true mystery. Be interested to see Alter Code F just for an updated localization. Like the translation in this is a little janky here and there. Far north and in the forest to the east, there are some strange ruins. R2X to notice things on a screen. I like Arctica. Communicates what you need to know. It's not the name of an actual place in the real world. Oh yeah, that's really nice. So they kept the location of stuff in random crates and barrels. So you don't have to mash X everywhere. But you still have to do something. They're not just glowing by default. It's probably a fair compromise. That right there is the most RPG Maker thing ever. God, these are all upgrades, aren't they? Game's not quite like it's closer to Dragon Quest on the scale of like how much money it gives you and how much money you need. It's not quite Dragon Quest, but it's still pretty brutal. Always have that Hillberry in every game. Oh, I just meant, are the locations exactly the same as they are in the original game, I wonder? Or did they go to the trouble of like replacing every barrel, or they weren't that hardcore with the remake? Upgrade her defense first since it's the worst. Oh, you said what? Well, times 3, my bad. Whelmed. Nice. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of farming outside and see how much money is dropping so I can buy those last 2 pieces of armor. Gear upgrades make a pretty big deal in this game. Big difference. Powerman 5000 gets all upset about a song in Final Fantasy XIV having a inspired musical style, and this song directly rips the melody from Ennio Morricone. Big damage increase. Nice crit. $172, okay. That's viable. Critters. Let me see how much it costs to stay at the inn. The other town I was in was free. Wow, those guys have like no hit points. And they drop no money, so... Abductees return after a few days? 30 a night, okay. A doggo. Yeah, like the instant sound effect playing when you talk to the doggo is also very RPG makery. What are you doing here? A piece of the Demon Queen's heart is sealed in the statue. Don't do anything stupid or I'll arrest you. I'm sure everything's gonna turn out fine with that. I did play and beat this game back in 1997, but we're way past the point where I remember anything from it. I remember the opening sequence and that was about it. It's all bad people from good by the sound of their voice. You're a strong woman, but you've not reached your full potential yet. Whoops. Something I've kind of liked about Wild Arms is that I think it's a fantasy setting first, and then it just has a bunch of like Western inspirations. And you're very virtuous, but you're also easily hurt. Due to my impairment, I can tell bad people from good. Hey kid, if you use a duplicator, you can open the seal on a closed door. 30% of our population has been abducted. Most of the abductees are found near the cage tower. Dream chasers want to check out the tower in my place. I can give you the key that opens the sealed door. Yeah, let's do it. See if there's a magic shop here. I think I have the ingredients to get her a new spell, her crests. Number 3, emphasize the Western aspect over the fantasy aspect. So I don't see a lot of Western fantasy. Western's an easy genre to mix with other ones. We've seen a lot of Western sci-fi, but... hopefully I don't need these items ever later in the game. Got non-clinical PTSD from Dragon Quest VIII. Almost no games do that. It's like less than 1% of all games. But play just one game that punishes you for not saving every item you ever encounter and fucks with you for life. Yeah, it's covered in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Which is really good, by the way, if you haven't seen it yet. Kind of been soured on Quentin Tarantino ever since his editor died. But I think that's just one of his better movies. Magic shop. Let's see. Black magic, earth magic, enemy, blind all enemies, study enemy abilities, nullify magic spell, prevent magic use group, confuse enemy, reduce defense. I might want reduced defense. Meltdown, I guess? I'm trying to think like what's the most defense penalty. I'll remember that one, Spiky. Rotunda. Oh. Interested whenever we get around to Persona 5. If I'm gonna remember all that shit. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'd say that. Well, okay, so westerns are not as popular as they once were, but like we've had Firefly, Breaking Bad, and Westworld in recent memory, and they're all different twists on it. Firefly is like space opera western. Breaking Bad is more modern, grounded western. Still some fantastical things happening. Westworld is sci-fi. You got way too many demon statues in your lobby. Not very welcoming. Sure, but I guess that's what I'm getting at, though, is like using Western as a way to color a different genre. Breaking Bad's kind of like a crime thriller, sort of, but has a lot in common with Westerns. That's the best genre I can come up with to describe Breaking Bad as Western. Alright, let's see. I think what defines a genre, what are the themes, right? This game looks really dark for some reason in the capture card. Let me see if I can adjust that real quick. Oh, hold on, I may have pissed it off. Turn up the gamma a bit. Deadlands. But Six Guns thought about the question, what is a Western? We can talk about it in Discord later, maybe. We've had some of that discussion in the tabletop Discord channel. Wasn't Breaking Bad explicitly developed as a Western, though? Time for your TED Talk. Fair enough. Enjoy your recruiting. Great. Hey Andrea, how you doing? How is Nevada? I'm glad you were able to find your work site, even though Google Maps no longer works out there thanks to the stupid Area 51 raid. It's so stupid. Hi, Benedict. Say hi to Andrea. She misses you very much. Brown shield. Ben's really mad that Andrea's gone. Came up and was meowing loudly all night, knocking stuff over in the bedroom. Had to lock him out of the bedroom. Caves of Kood. Archaeology and secret system that generates history. Oh, that's cool. Reminds me of Dwarf Fortress, but maybe a little bit more accessible. See if I can turn on the cat cam for Andrea here for a bit. Keeps knocking it over. You're a tick, Ben. Why would you do that? What is Decorabia, and why is it in like every JRPG I've ever played? It's like a starfish thing in Shin Megami Tensei, isn't it? Meow sound effect for attacking these guys. Also a Decorabia enemy in like every Castlevania game. Oh, that's really cool, Leon. Really liked what little we played of Dwarf Fortress. Excited to do more of it on stream. Very cute, Ben. How does that not come up earlier? Something uncomfortable living in a time where one can be regularly in communication with idols. Those that look too different entertainment. Yeah. Even just on Twitter, right? Whoa. Trying my best to play this game one-handed. Not working out so well at the moment. Andrew, I hope you're appreciating all the premium Ben content you're getting. I almost never get a camera angle this good of him being curled up and cute. Both necessary and a third rail. Sun rises from the east and sets in the west. Sun rises from the east again to light the path for the insecure. Okay, I misunderstood. Here we go. Clever. Goat doll. Okay. Well, that's what I always wanted. 3 goat dolls. Sacrifice to revive an ally. That's dark. Bye, Ben. It was very nice. Right, Aki. I'd like to see more. I feel like Dwarf Fortress is honing in on something that's extremely valuable, and I'd love to see more modern devs try to tackle that value in an easier to consume package. I don't think that it being difficult to consume is necessarily part of what's great about Dwarf Fortress. I feel like that way about RuneScape, old school RuneScape as well. I still haven't fully put my finger on it. I feel like there's a way to keep making games in that vein with maybe some modern niceties attached. Oh, a Steam version of Dwarf Fortress with graphics? Interesting. Oh, huzzah! You're the humans working for the Guardians. You! Statue in the human town will be destroyed. Unlike Bell Silk, which I think is supposed to be Berserk, I don't like making a mess of things. I need a few minutes to complete my experiments in town. You guys play with my friend. It's a much more threatening sprite than what the enemy probably actually looks like in combat, right? Oh, it actually looks pretty similar. Wish I could make Cecilia act first. I always want to debuff and stuff on her turn. Genre awareness for the lawyers. I just mean the core gameplay loop is the order in which you do things and unlock things, and the cadence with which you go from doing extremely simple, repetitive, rewarding content to unlock more challenging content, which is kind of like an upside-down version of most modern MMOs, where you do interesting content to unlock repetitive content in the end game. Let's see. I don't think I can see their HP totals. Try casting Flame, I guess. Mysterious Ray. God, that doesn't feel good. Start healing, folks. Anyway, once I finish Old School RuneScape, I'm gonna have to do like a post-mortem review video or something to kind of like gather all my thoughts on the game, because it's not what I was expecting it to be. I think there's a treasure trove of value there that's, as far as I know, currently only in Old School RuneScape. There are no other games that are trying to do something similar. Haven't really thought about like how to describe that. And value not just for like people that are probably on the spectrum like me that enjoy repetitive tasks. Click to grind. Blast is group damage. Have to go back to healing with Cecilia in a sec. It looks like Jack's my big DPS. Oh, his arm does way more damage than the summon monster. I don't think I have any AoE healing options in this game. It's usually one of the most important things you can get in a JRPG. Condition green. Give an AoE heal so 2/3 of the way through the game, and then make it like absolutely mandatory to succeed, right? That's the thing that always drove me crazy about multi-heal in Dragon Quest. And Persona, for that matter. We're not going to give you the multi-heal until late, and as soon as it becomes available, you need it. Statue is in danger. We must get out of here. I wonder what Alhazad meant by experiment. a girl. Do you know of the Night Gaunt? Is it in this tower? This is the evil Night Gaunt? Bounty hunter. They apparently killed the Night Gaunt, Master. What should we do? Let's do something, will ya? Money? You want money? We're trying to save the world and you're asking for money. Just doing the Final Fantasy VI finger wag. Never knew why they use that both for an in cutscene finger wag and for like spell casting for some characters in FF6. 2,000 Gela. It'd be funny if you were actually broke here. Maybe the boss drops enough money that you can always get out. Because in Dragon Sign, you have to get a quest from a book in the last dungeon, leave and do that quest to unlock your job, and then level that job up from 1. Oh my god. All that for a 100% res chance? Jane Maxwell. Okay, so she's Calamity Jane, basically. Oh, she is Calamity Jane. Okay. This girlie's Calamity Jane? I generally don't like stuff that makes you leave the last dungeon to do stuff. I kind of like games where you can kind of just relax in the final dungeon and not worry about going back to unlock stuff elsewhere. Final Fantasy IX does some of that, I think. Or there's that secret in Final Fantasy IX that people only discovered like 5 or 6 years ago that involves leaving the final dungeon partway through. Oh, I should have picked up that spell that lets you warp to the entrance of the dungeon. Whoops. Kill the Decoravius first. I think I got to that, Spiky. I think that's... I was trying to like 100% or close to 100% Tales of Symphonia. I remember doing that, going to the final boss room, watching the speech, and then leaving the room to try to finish cleaning stuff up. And I just never finished it. You're strongly encouraged to do some grinding in the crater in Final Fantasy VII, just because those mover enemies and the Tonberries give a shitload of materia AP. Good job, past me, picking up a bunch of potions. Poison antidotes. Alright, so the save point might need to be our stopping point, but we'll see. I'll try to get as close to the exit as we can. I don't remember if you're allowed to save on the world map in this one. Possibly not. Next crest, I'll get the warp out of dungeon spell. Oh, this is probably the dungeon that it's most relevant in. Rudy's party runs away. Run away! Regardless, bad shit's probably going on in the town, so I don't know if I'll be able to save there when we get there. able to synchronize with an arm. Oh shit. Prism laser. Almost missed that before. I think it's just an ability that he has all the time. Oh, here we go. Prism ray. Run away! I think this game, if it says you ran away, you're fine. What is it Dragon Quest that says you run away, and then you don't know if you actually ran away until the screen fades to black? The enemy caught you. See that in this tower. I cannot save on the world map. All right. You have a 0% sleep chance and the game never tells you? That's funny. I don't actually want the pyramid yet. Shit is bad music is playing. Alright, that'll have to be our stopping point. Future Marstead, you just got back from Cage Tower. Some monsters came to attack this village. Bad shit's probably happening. You should check out the statue in the northwest corner, and you haven't rested, so if you find an ability to recover your health, you should totally try to do that before you explore, because you might have to fight some monsters and stuff. It's a really good theme, though. Thanks, folks, for hanging out. I'll let you guys know what's coming up later this week.